Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie and I'm a nerdy flute player, which means I do covers of video game, anime, TV, film, music. If that sounds interesting, I will leave a link to my cover song music videos, as well as there'll be links in the description below where you can stream all of my music on all of your favorite streaming services. I'm also a Twitch streamer over on twitch.tv/KDShesko, where I do things like play games such as Breath of the Wild, board games, and Nier. I'm also starting to stream those games here on YouTube, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm live and when I upload a new video. Also, if this content interests you, please consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/KDShesko, and I'll talk a little bit about that later in the video. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below where you can find more information about me and what I'm doing. So now, let's get into it. Today's reaction and analysis will be by Koji Tamaki, and it is Ikanaide, and I probably mispronounced that. My Japanese is not very good. But this is kind of a follow-up to the song Autumn Strong that Dimash did. I will leave a link to my reaction and analysis of Autumn Strong up in the cards above, but this is the original song that Dimash covered. So a lot of people suggested I listen to the original, so here we are. Let's listen and we'll analyze. So how I typically do this is I will watch the video in full. I will kind of give my initial thoughts while the video is playing, and then afterwards we'll go back and I will analyze it. And yes, I pause a lot when I do my analysis, but if you're interested in just my initial reaction, stay tuned. Live orchestra. Oh, it's with an oboe and not a flute. Okay, I'm minorly disappointed now. I really like his voice. Even so, you can hear the passion behind it. Love it. Ooh. It is gorgeous in Japanese. Ikanaide. Okay, I kind of got it right. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow, I was not expecting that. The passion. Here we are with the oboe. I still think it was better on flute, but I'm biased. I'm a flute player. I think everything's better on flute. The oboe player is doing a fantastic job though, but everything's better on flute. Ooh. I love that lighting effect. That was a really cool effect. So well done. That was unexpected. The passion in his voice and how he sang some of that. I was not expecting that, considering, what I was hearing at the beginning. I was not expecting some of the stuff that he did afterwards. That was gorgeous. So let's go back and let's analyze it. So this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about my Patreon real quick. I am not monetized on YouTube. Mostly how I do my reactions, where I let the video play in full, I tend to get copyright claimed. So I have not been able to be monetized on YouTube. So if you do enjoy how I do my reactions and analysis, please consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/KatieShesko. My lowest tier is $2 a month. And any video that doesn't make it to YouTube, there's been one that was being restricted in a lot of countries. Anything that doesn't make it to YouTube because of stuff like that, I will throw on my Patreon. So that means you get more reactions. You also get to know what reactions are coming up, as well as my monthly happenings, things that I'll be doing over the month. And you can also find backtracks to all of my covers. So that means you can play along to what I play along to. All right, let's get into the detailed analysis. Okay, so we got to talk a little bit about, first, it's an oboe. I'm minorly disappointed. Oboe player is fantastic, and I actually do love the sound of an oboe. If I was ever going to play a different wind instrument, I'd probably play oboe or English horn. So I do love me some oboe. But after hearing the Dimash cover, and he used a flute, I think it was better on flute. Again, I admit I have bias. I'm a flute player. I think everything sounds better on flute, but I liked Dimash using a flute instead of an oboe. I think that was the right choice. So right off the bat, but the oboe player sounds fantastic. It is an interesting color, but again, I'm partial to the flute. So from what I understand, before we get into it, is that this is the original creator of the song. So I think that's going to add an extra layer to the emotion behind the song, because obviously he created it. And I bet it was fantastic to do it in front of a full symphony. I would love to perform my music with a full symphony one day. If I ever just get famous, that would be fantastic. However, right now, my symphony is sample instruments in my music program. So I just love it when you hear stuff like this with an actual live orchestra, because it just adds so much to it. We definitely talked about how on I Am Singer that they have live performance and how it really adds to the performance. So I think that really added to the performance here. The emotion, even right off the bat, like the first word meaning nothing, namimo. I don't speak Japanese, so if I mispronounce anything in Japanese, I wholeheartedly apologize. I don't speak Japanese. I do my best, but namimo, just the first word, you heard so much emotion. And even his stage presence, he has like such sadness. But again, we talked about how you want to convey that emotion to the audience, but you don't want to be overwhelmed by the emotion too much yourself, so that you can give an effective performance. And here, there's so much emotion, but he's still able to perform it beautifully. I would be surprised if no one had tears streaming down their face by the end of the song. And again, I wasn't quite expecting him to go this high, but I was just like, oh wow, that's pleasantly surprising. And you know, it worked with the buildup of the music behind it. Oh, just like the pain in his voice is just, oh. Like you can hear the pain in his voice. It is just, this is like the Dimash version that I saw was fantastic, but I think this one just has so much more. Like Dimash, you definitely heard the sadness and the longing, and in his there was like an element of hope to it, but this one just feels like pain. This one just feels like such intense pain and loss in it, and he's performing it so, like, you feel the pain that he's experiencing, and that the pain he probably felt when he wrote this song is it's gut-wrenching. And like how he even just, he pulls away from the microphone just right at the end as like I'm saying this, I'm gonna try to not cry when I'm like, I kind of sound like this too when I'm like really upset, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna cry. You can't make me do it. I may be hurt, but I'm not gonna cry. Not doing it. And he's kind of doing that, and it's just such an amazing performance of it. And like that longing, like, don't go away, Ikanaide, which don't go away. There's pleading, there's longing, there's just like you're the only thing, like, I'm only happy when you're next to me, please don't go, don't take my happiness from me. So well done. And right there, like, he had such strength in his voice, and it was so powerful. And then right as he goes, it's like he pulled back. He's got that breathy quality to it, and very intentional, I think. Like that whispery, like, please, like, don't make me say it again. I will say it again. Don't make me say it again. But like how he went from that really strong part to like this very breathy, delicate perfection. It's so good. And I like how he kind of plays around with it within the chord structure. That's like, good singers and having a good ensemble behind you really allows the soloist to like not have to be so regimented with what they're singing, with what they're playing. It allows some freedom. You know, you can either go like, you can either do it like right on the beat, or you can play around with it as long as it's within that frame. And I really like that he's doing that. It works so well with that. It's just so well done, and it just really adds to the emotion, to the longing, to the sadness, to the pain of the song. And this is the type of music that really hits you in your soul, in the core of your being. And this is what makes music so powerful. It's music like this that just shows how powerful music can be, and how important it is for conveying emotion. That some people can't articulate what they're feeling, but putting it into a song can articulate more than they ever could with just words. Like, yeah, just stay by my side always. Just stay by my side always. So here, this is where it kind of, you can see where Dimash's cover did something a little bit different, because the flute was, that solo was only at the beginning in Dimash's, and here it reprises again, which I really like. It's a gorgeous solo. Again, think it should be on flute, but it's a gorgeous solo, and I do like that it came back, it came back here. And it's just the oboe and piano, which is so beautiful, so simplistic. The piano is giving the oboe just enough push, just enough movement to keep the song going without dropping the energy, but really allowing the oboe to be really expressive. And now strings are picking up. And then, I really liked the slating effect. It was so well done. It was just perfect. It's those little visuals. The song still would have been really cool, but just that subtle lighting effect, which you normally don't see much when you go to a symphony. You don't kind of have these lighting effects when you just go to a traditional symphony concert. For this performance, it was perfect. It was unexpected, and it just heightened that him coming back in. Loved it. And then again, he didn't do the same way for this last time. He changed it a bit, and that is the beauty of live music. You can change things in the moment as you're going, and just let the moment kind of dictate what you're going to do. And so well done. The orchestra behind him is fantastic. And his voice has so much power. You weren't expecting that when you were hearing it at the beginning. Not that I thought he was a bad singer at the beginning, but just shows like his range and his talent and his hard work over the years. It's fantastic. And yeah, it's so well done, and I like, how much longing and like how much like pleading is in his voice. It's so good. It's such a well done performance, and there's so much emotion. And now the strings are backing off. And yeah, so like just that last phrase was just so well done, and it was the perfect ending. And I liked how the violin just kind of came in and kind of reprised what he was singing. Again, I think it should have been on a flute, but I'm a biased instrumentalist. I like my flute. I think flute is better with everything. I will say it again. Probably said it about 8 times throughout this video. I hope you weren't playing a drinking game with it. I think Dimash's cover was fantastic, but sometimes like the original, because it comes from his heart, because he wrote it for the actress, there's a bit of emotion that can't be replicated. I think Dimash did a really great job of giving that longing, that sadness, and Dimash had a bit of hope in his. I think that's because, Dimash has has hindsight. He knows how the story ended up, whereas where I think when this song was written, I think when he wrote this song, we didn't know how Yoshiko Yamaguchi's life had turned out. So, there's a different sadness to it, because I think at the time, never mind. So I actually took them. Let's nix what I just said. I actually looked up when the song was written. We had a little bit more information. But yeah, the original song, it has a little bit more emotion. And when it's sung by the person who created the song, that's something you can't entirely replicate. So the Dimash cover was fantastic, but I think this one had just a little bit more powerful emotion because it was more personal. You can't replicate the emotion. Another person can't replicate the emotions of another. So Dimash did a really good job of conveying emotion. His performance was great, but this one was just so heart-wrenching, and in a good way. This really gave you the this one really hits you right in the feels, for sure. I hope you enjoyed this reaction and analysis from a nerdy flute player. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Please consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/KatieShesko. Follow me and all of my socials down below. If you want to make a one-time donation, I do have a Ko-fi. Consider making a one-time donation as well. It's very appreciated and it allows me to continue to make this content. If you have any suggestions of songs that you would like me to react to and analyze, please leave a link in the comments section below and letting me know. I write down all of your suggestions and I hope to get to most of them. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.